The older brother, Go Changbom, isn't a bad person who would eliminate his competitors, but he's not the type who can compete and has a short temper. On the other hand, the younger brother, Go Changseok, is suspicious and would do anything to achieve his dreams. This is the only truth about Myeongjin Construction's decision to cut ties with both sons. But that's not the most important thing for Yun Sung. For Yun Sung, the most important thing is the usefulness of both brothers, regardless of right or wrong, and the effect it will have on the future if it changes. Things like that aren't a problem for Yun Sung. It's all not important, even if the future changes. Now, revenge is his priority, and he will protect his family. After thinking about all this, Yun Sung says, "I'll help you, so you can take revenge on Go Changseok, and as the eldest son, you can become the chairman of your family's company." Go Changbom chuckles and says, "It's funny, you're just a high school student." Yun Sung says, "Of course, there are some people who will help you in this competition, but don't you feel something's off? The people who help you only say sweet things to your ears, while this high school student you're looking down on can say things like this. It's clear that the people who help you are Go Changseok's spies." Yun Sung adds, "I won't ask you to trust me, but as a return, give me a chance. A chance to build our relationship." Outside the cafe, Go Changbom is talking while lighting a cigarette, trying to digest all the information and the offer Yun Sung gave him. Go Changbom feels like his head is about to explode from the information he just received. A cafe employee suddenly comes out and asks Go Changbom to stop smoking because it's a smoke-free area. But Go Changbom, who has had a tough day and is already emotional from the information he just received, looks at the employee and says with anger, "Don't bother me, get back inside, damn it. If you don't, I'll destroy this cafe." The employee is frightened and walks back inside without arguing. Inside the cafe, Yun Sung is looking at Go Changbom, who is smoking outside. Yun Sung thinks to himself, Go Changbom, someone who has always lived his life as the eldest son of the Myeongjin Construction family. He's known as a bomb that shouldn't be touched in Decent. But I didn't meet him because he's a good or holy person, but because he's the type of person who would destroy his brother for power. That's why he's a suitable person for my plan. Outside, Go Changbom is thinking hard about what to do regarding Yun Sung's offer. Go Changbom thinks, what the kid said isn't wrong. Compared to my brother, I'm nothing. If things stay like this, the position of family head will slip far from me. But can I really trust a 17-year-old kid I just met? Go Changbom remembers what his father once said, "Changbom, if you don't have the ability, find someone who does beside you. Don't care about age, gender, or situation. If you can, I'm sure you can lead Myeongjin Construction." Remembering his father's words makes Go Changbom feel annoyed, and he throws away his cigarette and enters the cafe, asking Yun Sung about his plan. Inside the cafe, Go Changbom asks, "Hey, tell me your plan first. I'll listen to everything, and after that, I'll decide." The scene shifts to a room where a bespectacled man is talking on the phone. The man is shocked by the news and angrily slams the phone to the floor. The man is none other than Go Changseok. Go Changseok says with anger, "Damn fool, what was so hard that you failed? This is all because of outdated thinking. Why does he still think the older one will inherit the legacy when we're already in a new era?" Go Changseok calms himself down and thinks that everything is still on the right track, and if this is the case, he can still seize the family's leadership position. After that, his phone rings, and Go Changseok is shocked by the news he's receiving. The scene shifts to Yun Sung, who is explaining his plan to Go Changbom. Yun Sung says, "In order to win the competition for power, you need something. Between you and Go Changseok, who's fit to lead Myeongjin Construction? Of course, it's Go Changseok, not you, a high school graduate. Go Changseok is a graduate of business administration from a famous university abroad. And he married into a famous family after returning to Korea. With all that, he's very suitable to be a leader. Everything isn't just a coincidence from the start. Go Changseok has prepared everything to take the leadership position from his brother. And as a result, he created a strong position for himself. And with the fact that you're the older brother, there's nothing that makes you able to win against him. Mostly because you've always been involved in cases like this. Who in the world would want to help you? Even after all the differences, I still think there's enough possibility for you to win." Go Changbom is getting annoyed, but what Yun Sung says is true. With a serious gaze, he asks, "What do you mean by that?" Yun Sung replies, Even when Go Changseok is clearly ahead in the competition for leadership, there's one reason why Chairman Myeongjin makes you a competent candidate. It's because of the naive thinking that the eldest son is suitable to inherit the legacy. That's why you can still compete despite the huge differences between you two. Chairman Myeongjin hasn't decided yet. If that's the case, what if I say that Go Changseok, who's strong in every field, falls behind to where you are now? What do you think? If you had the same abilities that would make Chairman Myeongjin choose between you two. When you're on the same level as your opponent, that's when the competition really starts. And that's when your strength as the older brother is shown, which you can't be swayed by. After explaining that, Yun Sung directly explains the conditions that Go Changbom needs to meet. Where he needs to have a background, but unfortunately, he no longer has it, while his brother married into a famous family for support. Meanwhile, Go Changbom focuses on partying at clubs and making friends there. The second condition is reputation, but Go Changbom's reputation is in a bad light. And the third condition is ability. While Go Changbom is busy with women and drinking, his brother Go Changseok acquires all that through administrative work. Hearing this makes Go Changbom feel annoyed. Yun Sung points at Go Changbom and says, "Let's go back to the first one, background. How are we going to get it? You can't marry into a famous family like your brother did. No girl like that will appear out of nowhere. So, we need to think outside the box. You need to make them get a divorce. If the background factor is gone, he'll start from scratch, just like we are now." The scene shifts to a room where Go Changbom and Go Changseok are standing in front of an old man. The man is the head of the Myeongjin construction family, Go Myeongjin. Go Changseok bows his head and apologizes. "Forgive me." However, Go Myeongjin says harshly, "Useless. I've already spoken with your father-in-law, and I told him I'll scold you, so there's no reason for a divorce. Basically, I'll give you another chance." He says that Go Changseok's wife will live far away from him, and they'll see how he begs for forgiveness and decide whether to forgive him or not. Go Changseok says, "Forgive me." Go Myeongjin snaps, "Forgive my ass. I warned you to keep it in your pants, or your marriage would be ruined if you play with other women. You should have stayed single like Changbom. How can I have children like you too?" Go Myeongjin glares at Go Changbom and says, "And you, Go Changbom? Why were you at the police station?" Go Changbom remembers what Yun Sung explained at the cafe. Initially, Go Changbom thought of investigating all of Go Changseok's bad behavior and reporting it to their father, but Yun Sung disagreed. Yun Sung disagreed because in his past life, he had heard about the Go Changbom family's case being so big that it even made it to the TV news. And also, the reason Go Changbom proposed wouldn't make a significant impact. So, Go Changbom needs to show a different side of himself. After remembering this, Go Changbom looks down at the floor and says, "Sorry. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again." Go Changbom bows his head, which surprises Go Changseok. While bowing, Go Changbom says, "Regardless of the reason, I've made a mistake that caused problems. And as the eldest son of Myeongjin Construction, I'll take responsibility. And I'll remember my duties as a son and do better. And, father, I'll scold Changseok for you." Go Myeongjin says, "I've heard what happened." This makes Go Changbom nervous, and he looks up at his father. Go Myeongjin adds, "They provoked you first, and you still tried not to avoid the fight." With a pat on Go Changbom's shoulder, Go Myeongjin says, "Good job. The fact that you can handle a situation like that with humility makes me very proud." Outside the room, Go Changseok is furious and mutters, "This is bullshit. I don't know who leaked my location, but if I catch them, I'll destroy them." Go Changbom, still surprised that his father praised him, keeps repeating his father's words. "Good job, I'm very proud." His father, who is always tough, acknowledges him, pats him on the shoulder, and praises him.